Somebody wrote to you that it was time to go and buy a coffin.
Yeah.
That's what you say to somebody who's
just got
spilling their heart out about
exactly.
just being diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah. Nice people, innit?
Lovely people, yeah. Welcome back to the Life on a Stick podcast, a podcast about how we're trying to live life to the full amidst battles with cancer, living in a van, and doing our best to raise two half-decent kids. My name's Tom.
My name is Malin.
And for us, living life to the full doesn't necessarily mean getting up and drinking tequila sunrise for breakfast every morning, but rather learning to appreciate the little things in life and trying to see the positives wherever we can.
Is that the extremist you could think of?
It was at the minute, yeah. I don't know why it came, but drinking tequila sunrise for breakfast, pretty extreme, I would say.
Yeah, maybe.
If you saw somebody drinking a tequila sunrise for breakfast, you think that guy is living life to the full.
Would you?
Don't you think?
No, I think I would think the opposite.
He's gone off the rails.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Maybe not the best example of living life to the full, but yeah, it's hard to come up with a different one every week.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just come up with them off the top of my head, and that was, for some reason, the first one that came into my head.
Maybe you fancied a tequila sunrise.
It's been a long time since I've thought about tequila, I have to say. I don't know where that came from.
Those were the days.
Those are the days, yeah. It was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
But hey-ho. I'm coming in with some big energy today because I feel like you need it. I feel like you need a bit of a boost. It's a bit of a running theme at the moment, isn't it, with like how the kids are. I'm under no illusions that every kid is hard work when every toddler, small toddlers, they're all hard work. Our kids at the minute, it's like a full-time job for each of them, innit?
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking this when I was putting them to bed. And I was thinking like, when, I don't want to say normal parents.
You can say normal parents if you want.
But when normal parents say that it's hard work, they got no fucking idea. Like, if you think about the week that we've had.
Yeah.
If we look back at last week, and then it's like we start off where we think we got a bug coming. Like, we're starting to feel a bit run down, we're tired, we're not feeling great, we don't got loads of energy. And then kids being kids, and that's how it is. That's how everybody got it. But then on, I don't know, Wednesday maybe, whenever it was, I got one of these episodes where I get really, really bad stomach cramps.
Yeah.
And I was thinking this, and it's like, it's hard to say normal people because it's like people who's sick without kids got it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And people who just got kids and no sickness involved got it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want to say like, woo, boo-hoo, us kind of thing.
No.
But this is something that just went through my head when I was putting them to bed. And it's like, I get these episodes where I get so bad stomach cramps, I can't stand up.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I felt it coming on in the morning and then it disappeared and then we're like, all right, we're going to go shopping. Halfway through shopping, it came on really bad.
Yeah.
And then it's like I can barely walk straight because it's so bad cramps. And then you have to act like normal because you don't want to worry the kids.
Yeah.
Because the kids got scars and they get worried as soon as they see me getting poorly.
Kids are extremely sensitive. They pick up on it straight away when you're not 100%, don't they?
Yeah. So then you have to pretend like everything is normal, even though you have got these pains where you can barely stand up. And then we walk back to the van and then I take morphine.
Yeah.
And then you have to act like normal, even though you got really bad cramps and you got morphine in your body.
You stoned off your tits, yeah.
And you're just like, well, it's in this week's video. Like I had morphine in me and I got really bad stomach cramps. And it's like you have to act like nothing is going on, even though you feel like shit and you just want to go and lay in bed.
Yeah.
And then the next day, like I'm so tired and so brain foggy, all I want to do is lay in bed all day.
Yeah.
But I can't do it. 6 o'clock you get up and then you just act like nothing is going on for a full day.
Yeah.
And all you want to do is lay down and sleep and just not have any responsibility. And it's like, and then obviously because you don't relax and rest as much as you would need to because you got kids, then that tiredness goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
And when I get these pains, your anxiety gets sky high. You get really bad anxiety, don't you? Because we never know if the morphine is going to help or do I have to go into the hospital.
Yeah.
And then the kids feel that and then they get worried. I don't want to say they get anxious because I don't really know if it's that deep and that high for them, but they get really bad worry.
I think it's their version of anxiety, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. And then they act out and react, obviously, which makes it even harder work. And we're already tired, and it just goes in a loop.
Vicious cycle, yeah.
And I don't ever want to be like, boo-hoo, poor us kind of thing.
No.
Because I don't got that feeling. Sometimes I just get frustrated because I'm so tired.
Yeah.
And then you say to somebody, you say out loud, I'm so tired. And people are like, everybody's tired.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
No. You got no idea how tired I am.
Yeah. And for us at the minute, it seems to be like every evening when we've put the kids to bed, it's like it all sort of like drains out of you and you just like look dead behind the eyes.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
that's when we need to start working.
Smart guy and gal over here decide to start a bloody podcast when the only time that we can record is at these times.
Yeah, well, it's not just a podcast, it's work in general.
Yeah, we do a lot of our work in the evenings, don't we?
Because we decided to have the kids at home, which is such a good idea because I think the kids would suffer even more if they were in preschool.
Yeah.
But it is not always easy.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. I think we're making the best of it. I don't think there's any decisions that I feel like we've done the wrong way.
No.
I feel like this is what it is. And this is, the thing is, we want our lives to be like this.
Yeah.
We're
No, I don't want to be sick.
No, that's not what I meant, of course. Of course. I was talking about a different thing. Yeah, of course, what I was talking about is we want our lives with the kids. We want the kids to be at home instead of being at preschool. We want these jobs where we work completely for ourselves.
Yeah.
And with that, we get the flexibility of being able to work whenever.
Yeah.
Being able to spend a Tuesday as a family and go and do whatever we want and not have to think about work.
Yeah.
But that also means the flip side of it is you have to catch up at some point.
Yeah, and to be honest, a lot of the work is giving us energy when we're doing it.
Absolutely, it really is.
Like it is uplifting and it's so much fun and it is a good thing and we want to do it all the time.
Case in point, this podcast, you started this podcast 11 minutes ago looking dead behind the eyes and now you look full of life and wonder.
Thank you.
No, but you're right. A lot of the stuff that we do, it gives us motivation, gives us energy, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Rather than drains us of it.
Yeah, but my point was more about like life in general. Why we sometimes got low energy is because it's not easy. And I think everybody throughout our cancer journey on YouTube has always said like, oh, you make it look so easy and you look so happy all the time and you look so good. You can't have cancer because you're smiling all the time. And it's like, well, we try to be positive. We fake a lot for the kids and also a little bit like if you got a positive attitude outwards, you get more positive inwards.
Yeah.
And that's something that I have to live by when you're going through cancer and what we're going through even now, that if you don't send out positive energy, then you're not going to have positive energy inside either, even if you're not always feeling that positive energy to start with.
Yeah, it's easy to fall into one of those vicious cycles, isn't it, which just makes you feel worse and worse.
Yeah, and we've always laughed at everything. We thought it the other week when we got interviewed by a newspaper. And she was like, all right, so tell us the cancer story then. Like, just give us a short version of the cancer. Like, what have you been through? What treatment was it and whatever? And we went through it all fast kind of thing. And then I was like, yeah. And then we ended with a big surgery where it was like a 9-hour surgery where they removed like the cancer, some bits of the intestines, my uterus, and you went like, yeah, not the good bits or something.
Other lovely little bits and bobs.
Yeah,
You would have translated it to that.
Yeah, and we looked at each other and laughed like like proper laughed, not just like fake laugh. Like we looked at each other and like belly laughed almost. And then I looked at her and I thought, oh God, this is so dark.
Different vibe. She was feeling a different vibe and we just sort of cracking jokes
about what body parts I've lost, which organs I don't got anymore.
Yeah. I feel like we've been quite good at that all the way through, is like laughing about the dark bits, haven't we?
Yeah.
But that reporter was not really expecting it, I don't think.
I think you have to laugh about it because otherwise you get depressed and you go into that hole you were talking about. Because it is dark. A lot of it is so dark, and then you have to laugh at the dark because otherwise it's hard to get out of that, I think.
Yeah, 100%. It really is.
Yeah, so this is something that the last few videos we've had a couple of comments about, and that it's like, you look like you need a good rest in a, like sleep a full night and have a good rest in a nice bed or something.
Yeah.
Isn't that the cruelest thing you can ever say to a parent of small children?
Small kids, yeah. You need a good night's sleep. I know I do.
I know.
Thank you.
It's been 5 years. 5.5 if you can't count pregnancies.
Yeah.
Like, of course I do.
Strange thing to say to...
Of course I do, mate.
Yeah.
I know I look rough. Leave me alone.
It's such a strange thing to comment on, like, towards a parent of small kids.
Yeah.
I can't believe that you would ever think about saying something like that.
No, it's the rudest thing.
Like, I get that they're not saying it with having small kids in mind. They're saying it with having cancer in mind. It's like you recovering from cancer, you need a good night's rest. But it's
most of
not
it.
that simple, is it?
Most of that tiredness, where it's like you look rough, that is because the kids are still young and don't sleep great.
90% at the minute, apart from when you've had one of these bad stomach episodes, the vast majority of the time, you look as tired as I look. I ain't got cancer.
No.
Like, we are exhausted.
Yeah, all parents of small children look like this.
We all do. We all look like it. Have you ever seen kids at the park? Like, their parents look like they're tired.
The dead behind eyes.
Yeah.
All of us.
All of them. All of us, collectively. God, we give our children all of our energy, don't we? They sap it from us.
Yeah, they just suck it out of our souls.
Yeah. I tell you what, we do get some crackers, like YouTube comments, don't we? Some that you just look at going, is this a real person that's really saying this to us? We've had some absolute corkers.
Yeah.
There's one instance that keeps popping up. I think it might be the same person or the same couple of people that for a while they were saying on every video, Charlie needs a little boy haircut.
Yeah.
Your son needs to look like a little boy. Like, he needs a haircut that makes him look like a little boy.
Yeah, I've blocked some of them.
I just find it so odd. Like, because for me, whenever I leave comments on stuff, I comment as if I'm saying it to the person's face. Like, I'm talking face to face with them. This is how I would talk. This is what I say. But that's not the case for everybody, is it?
No. And it was on one of these where I answered, because she didn't just say he needs a little boy haircut. She said it in a very rude way.
We say she. We think it was a she.
No, that one was definitely a
okay.
she.
All right.
She.
Yeah.
And I answered not rude, but quite harsh.
Bluntly, yeah.
Yeah. And I just said something like, well, Charlie can have whichever haircut he wants. But is this really how we want to send, like, the word out on the internet to teach our kids that you are allowed to bully somebody on the internet, on a video? Like, you bullying a 5-year-old because you're putting this comment every single week telling him that he can't have the haircut that he wants.
Yeah.
Is this really how we want to teach our children to behave on the internet?
Yeah.
And then she answered, you just answer your own question. This is the internet.
Yeah, so I can say what I want.
So I can say what I want.
It's
like,
so weird.
It's so weird. It's like, it's actual bullying.
Yeah, it's odd on so many levels, because it's so weird that in 2024, it matters whether a little boy looks like a little girl.
Yeah.
Like, he's old enough, and he always has been, to decide what haircut he wants.
Yeah.
You know, we've always asked him, what do you want to do with your hair? And for a long time, we cut it short. We shaved it back and sides and had it short on top for quite a long time. And then he said one day, I want to have long hair. So we said, okay, you can grow your hair. And we ask him sort of regularly, do you like your hair? Do you still want long hair? Do you want us to cut it? What do you think? Because he moans about it, like when you put it up in a bobble. Yeah. He's like, it hurts. And we say every time, do you want to cut it? Do you want to cut it off? It's fine. You can do. And he's like, no, I like having long hair.
Yeah, it's what he wants.
He loves it.
He likes,
So I just find it so odd, like on so many levels, that real grown up people think it's like a good thing to put out into the world, like that. Yeah, you're telling a 5-year-old how to have a hair. It's odd, isn't it?
It is so odd. But I thought it was funny on the last video. We had one of our
bulldogs. White knights.
Yeah, who answer the comment, because we don't, a lot of the time we don't answer because it's not up to us. Like, say whether you want, we don't need to sit and defend us kind of thing, or him. And then it was this guy who was like, long hair on guys, on boys, have been popular since the 60s. So how old are you to think that this needs to be like cut as a, because he looks like a girl?
Yeah.
Like, are you 140 or something?
Oh, that's brilliant.
I thought it was quite funny. We always got these people who like
back us up
all the time. I think it's nice.
That is, we've got a little team of bulldogs, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you said, you don't often want to like respond if it's an actual negative comment. It's better to just leave it. You leave it out there in the ether and don't engage yourself with it.
No, exactly.
But it is also funny reading the people who have got our backs and coming up with funny stuff to say to them or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, God, it is weird with the whole YouTube comments thing. It's huge, like positives and negatives with putting your lives out there on social media, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
We love it, and 99.9% of the comments that we get are lovely, are positive, are really nice.
Yeah.
But it is the 0.1% that sticks out, isn't it? Weirdly.
Yeah, it weirdly is, absolutely.
You know what? We could actually do a full episode about this. I think we will do. We'll go back through comments and find mean and funny comments.
Yeah.
Because we've had some absolute corkers. And the good thing is about me and you is we spoke about this when we first started making videos and stuff, that this is going to happen because this is a part of it. Mm-hmm. And we've sort of used it as a way to laugh, haven't we?
Yeah.
All the way through.
All the way through.
As soon as we get anything that's like over the top negative, we were able to laugh about it, aren't we?
Yeah.
So I think that could be quite a fun episode to
Absolutely.
come up with some crackers. There's one that sticks out, like on the first cancer video to me. Somebody wrote to you that it was time to go and buy a coffin.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you say to somebody who's
just got
spilling their heart out about
exactly.
just being diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah, nice people, innit?
Lovely people. Yeah,
yeah.
That's what I was saying. That's the sort of people that don't think about it like they're talking face to face. There's not a single person that would ever dare to say.
No, we also got the woman who said that she was shocked when I said I was only 28 because I look like I'm 48 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I answered and said, like, yes, funnily, cancer does that to you. It can age you 10 years in a day. And she was like, I watched your videos before you got cancer and you always looked old.
That's so harsh.
She's like, cancer got nothing to do with it. You always look like you're old.
That is so harsh.
Yeah.
That is diabolical. That is.
Yeah. Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Imagine if just a stranger walked up to you and said that face to face. Because that is what it is to us. It's the strangers. It's the stranger who just walks past and just like, how old are you? Because you look like you're 48.
Yeah. Yeah, you look 20 years older.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to do with the fact that you've had cancer, by the way.
You're just old and ugly.
All right, it's time for everybody's favourite bit of this lovely little podcast that we do. This brand new segment that we've got called...
Lift me up.
Yes, you don't know it. You've had a full week to practice. Give us a lift. Like I said, I'm threatening to do it, but I'm going to make a little jingle for you to remember it.
Yeah.
In this bit of the episode, both me and Malin, bring to the table something inspiring or uplifting that's happened to us or that we've happened upon over the last week. Whether it's something we've seen on Instagram or in the news or something that we've seen with our very eyes. Something that's inspired us or uplifted us in some way. Are you feeling inspired and uplifted?
Not at all, actually.
You just don't look like you're feeling very inspired and uplifted today.
I've tried my hardest.
Yeah.
To come up with something. I'm like, this has inspired me.
Okay.
And I actually got nothing.
Oh, it's one of them weeks, is it?
Yeah.
Blimey.
I got nothing.
No. Okay, do you know
Nothing.
what? I'll give you one. I'll do yours for you.
Okay, thank you.
Because I've seen over the last week that you have been inspired and you have been motivated to start doing some proper exercise again. Throughout your cancer, but after you got diagnosed and onwards and stuff, you've kept yourself active. Obviously, you're active naturally with the kids and with living in a van and stuff. But exercise-wise, you've done Pilates and you've done like your stretches that are good for you.
Yeah.
But there's something, you've had a spark this last week because you've gone out and bought yourself a supportive, let's say, training bra, and you've been out for a run this morning.
Yeah.
So don't come here with all this like negativity and like
I'm not negative.
I'm unmotivated. I'm not having any of it, mate, because I've seen you this morning. I saw how motivated you were. You strapped on your running shoes and you went actual running.
Yeah.
That's cracking. That's so good. That's such a massive thing. You should be well
but I don't
proud of
know
yourself.
what inspired me. Nothing inspired. Yeah, I got a backache. Like, that's not very inspiring. I'm getting old.
Yeah.
And my body hurts. So I need to move. That's not inspiring. That's sad.
No,
that's a problem.
Yeah, but you could spin it. You could spin it the other way. You could spin it around and say like you're inspired. It's giving you a kick up the arse because you're sick of being creaky, like an old wooden door every time you get off.
I'm fucking 48 years old. Leave me alone.
But there's been something anyway, and okay, yeah, maybe it's not the best thing to bring up in this segment because I don't know what it is that's pushed that button. But I've seen that there's something, and you are inspired and you are motivated to go for a run, or you were this morning at least.
Once in a lifetime.
One and done. But I was sat there thinking that I was very proud of you, and I think it'll do you the world of good going out and moving, like, I don't want to say properly because Pilates is hard, but going and really raising your heart rate and stuff. I always feel better after running, and I think it'll do a lot for your mental health as well.
Thank you.
So there you go. You're motivated, and I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
This segment's going to be just me talking now, because now I've got to do mine, haven't I?
Yeah. Do you want me to do yours for you?
You do mine for me, yeah. My inspirational bit this week is something that happened to me this morning. I got a text message this morning.
Yeah.
A really, really fun, lovely text message from somebody who I've only met once, maybe twice. When I worked at the company that I used to work at, he had just sort of started as I was sort of leaving. And just before I handed my notice in and left there, we went out for like a Christmas get-together, Christmas night out. And we got chatting anyway. And he was a very young lad. I don't know how old he is, but I would say if he was 20, that'd be sort of at the max. He's probably 19 or 20 sort of thing. And we got chatting anyway, and he worked in a department that I used to work at. And I could see him not being treated, I don't want to say particularly well, but he wasn't sort of, he wasn't loving it. And he was having a hard time and stuff. And it was at a time when we'd made proper plans to get moving. We knew what we were doing sort of thing. We knew the plan. And we were talking about that. And he was like, I wish I could do something like that. I've always wanted to go and do this thing. And I've always wanted to travel and go and see the world and stuff. Well, anyway, fast forward a year or whatever, I got a text this morning saying, hey, Tom, remember me? I was working blah, blah, blah. Just wanted to let you know that I've been living by your advice and I left that company. I'm currently working as a diving instructor in Gran Canaria. Taking the time to actually travel and see the world is absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for that piece of advice that you gave me.
That is amazing.
How nice is that? Completely out of the blue. Not somebody that I'd thought about for, we'd only met sort of once or whatever.
Yeah.
Text me like that and just said, hey, you have inspired me. You've given me a great piece of advice. And he's actually gone and done it, and he's living in Gran Canaria.
Yeah, that is
doing
so
what he
nice.
loves.
That is so good.
And I know that's a little bit weird because it was like me giving a bit of advice out and maybe half inspiring somebody else. But now it's come back around and I've been motivated from it.
I got inspired by me.
I got inspired by me in a roundabout way, but not to be braggy or anything. But I just thought it was really like uplifting. Somebody that you could see was maybe not where they wanted to be, that's sort of gone and done exactly what he wants, and he's now sort of living the dream.
Yeah, that is so nice.
I think that's really nice.
It is really nice.
Motivated me. And the fact that I got a text message just completely out of the blue was, it was really perked me up.
Yeah, it is really nice.
Yeah, it's good that is, I think.
Good job.
Yeah, so I give you all this same piece of advice. Go out and do it. Life's short. You got to go and put yourself in a position to chase them dreams.
What did we say last week or the week before? Don't be safe.
Don't be safe. Run with scissors if you feel like it. Wear the seatbelt under your arm instead of over your shoulder.
Yeah, life's short anyway. Just risk it.
F*** it. So we've been doing a lot of prep, haven't we? Because it's almost time to start moving, start travelling.
A lot of prep.
A lot of prep. We've been doing loads. We've been thinking about doing loads. We've been planning to do loads.
We wrote a list. That's all we've been doing.
We've wrote a list, yeah. But it's a very detailed list with about 35 points on it. So it's a pretty good list.
We've been doing loads.
Yeah, we've realised that we've got a lot to do. It's finding time though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? It's all that sitting around on the sofa watching TV that we do.
I know.
Every day, all day, every day.
I know.
It's obviously a very, very fun thing, but it's also a little bit bittersweet for us because we know that around this time, the reason that we can start travelling is because it's after your scan's coming up.
Yeah.
You've just had your first appointment for the next round of scans today, haven't you?
Yeah, day after my birthday.
The day after your birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday.
Yeah, but it's better than last year. Then I was admitted to the hospital.
You were in the hospital on your birthday, weren't you, last year?
Yeah, I was in for a full week, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were.
So good, this 30th birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah, happy 30th. Yeah, crazy. God, that feels weird that was a year ago now, actually.
Yeah.
In some ways feels a lot longer ago, but in some ways it doesn't feel like long at all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Strange that
it is strange. I always get this anxiety when October is rolling in because it's like October is the month where I got diagnosed.
Yeah.
October is a month where is so many... I feel like we got so many like anniversaries. Do you know what I mean? Like we bought Sunny.
Yeah.
It's mine and Charlie's birthday. Like half of my friends' birthdays as well, if you count in stuff like that. Yeah. I ended up in the hospital last year with an infection, but that wasn't too traumatic. But they gave me contrast, a double dose of the contrast I'm allergic to, and we thought I might die. That was a year ago.
Yeah, it's a pretty big thing.
I went to an appointment where I thought I was going to an appointment to get like an allergy something diagnosis and walked out of there. I was completely on my own when I got wasn't I? Because we thought it wasn't a big deal because people before told me it was no big deal. Walked in and thought this is not a big thing. Walked out knowing you got a big tumor in your body and now life is going to be hard. That's basically what they told me before I left. And then 10 days later I got the cancer diagnosis, and all of this has been October things.
Big month, October, innit?
Yeah, so I always have this not a great gut feeling when October is rolling on.
What's going to happen this time?
Yeah, exactly. Something... What's hiding behind the corner this year? Yeah.
Hopefully, nothing. Only nice stuff, please, because we can't handle anymore.
No.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's also 1 full year of living in Sunny.
Yeah, that's a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course, we moved out and into the van in October last year, didn't we?
Yeah, 15th, I think.
Was it? Yeah, that's coming up then. We're almost a full year. That feels weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really cool, actually.
It is really cool.
Officially full-time van lifers, aren't you, when you've done it for a year?
Yeah.
That's like, you should get a little badge, I think.
I can make you one.
I'll wear it all the time. Yeah. And also a bit weird because you've only had one scan booked in and you've got a bit of a history of them missing stuff.
Yeah.
They've missed so many things and so many things have fallen between the cracks and things like that.
Yeah.
That you normally have 3. You're supposed to have 3 scans.
I'm supposed to have 3 scans.
And they've only booked in 1.
1.
And they've not got back to you when you've asked where the other ones are.
No. They said that it's not a problem, this is how it should be. And then when I was like, but it's normally this because I'm so allergic so they can't actually, I don't even know why they do a CT scan. And
they
every
can't
time
see anything on it.
No.
And it's hard, like you said on the phone to her, didn't you, that it's like you don't want to pry, you don't want to poke and like infer that they're not doing their jobs properly. But the thing is, no, that's the thing. The thing is, if you don't ask these questions, you don't know if it's going to get done.
No.
And it's so harsh, like it's so hard on the patient to be in that situation where you have to feel like you're in control of your appointments and your scans and stuff.
It brings out so much more anxiety as well, because then you got in the back of your head, like, what mistake are they going to do now? And what are they going to miss? If they miss a scan, what else can they miss when they get the scan?
Yeah.
Are they missing stuff that they should see on the scans? And it's a lot of thoughts that runs through your head. And I think that's also a reason why we always feel like we get a bit more tired and a bit more drained.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot going on in the back of your head all the time.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is. A lot to think about, isn't it?
it's a known saying here, isn't it? That you have to be healthy enough to run your own.
You have to be healthy enough to be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good saying. It's a real, like, it shines a real, not very nice light on the healthcare system, because that's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
You have to be healthy enough to be sick.
Yeah.
To manage your own illness, sort of thing.
Exactly.
So it all, like you said, it all sort of is brought back up all the time, isn't it? Around these times of your scans and things like that.
Yeah.
So it is nervous times. But on the upside to them missing stuff last time is that your last lot of scans actually only concluded about a couple of months ago, which means that there's a lot less chance. It's not 6 months in between.
No.
It's, a couple, 2 or 3 months instead. There's a lot less chance of something having developed, which means that we've probably not got that much to be nervous about. Hopefully. Touch wood. Touch all the wood.
Yeah. Problem is that doesn't really help your anxiety, does it?
No.
Even if you know, like, it shouldn't be a problem, you're still always gonna feel bad about it, aren't you?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. It is this anxiety, as they say.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But on the flip side, on the positive side of that, we get these out of the way and then we're off into the sunset again, aren't we?
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. I see so many people who's already left because they're like, it's so cold in Sweden, we're getting out. It's like, yes, it is cold in Sweden and we got 2 more months.
Yeah, exactly. It's really starting to feel chilly now.
Yeah.
You can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see I'm wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Long trousers have come back out.
Psychopath wearing jeans.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be nice to sail off into the sunset and find somewhere a bit warmer.
Yeah, definitely.
Head
Can't wait.
straight down to Portugal.
First Belgium.
Belgium and then Portugal. Fast. Quick.
Fast.
Very. Get quick down there. And
just give our friends in Belgium a wave.
Quick wave.
Quick wave.
Hello.
Bye.
I think we're all ready for it, aren't we?
Yeah.
The kids, you can notice on the kids that they're starting to understand that this sort of time's coming up, that we're prepping to move on again, because they've been talking a lot about beaches. They've been talking a lot about jumping over waves and playing in the sea and stuff like that.
They talk a lot about when are we going on the ferry. Everything is around, like, as soon as we get into the car, it's like, how far are we driving? Are we driving to the big bridge, the one over to Denmark?
Yeah.
Are we getting to the ferry? They know that it's coming.
Yeah.
They're
They
starting
start to get excited, aren't they? Which is really, really fun. Because most kids, at the thought of having to drive a long way, the kids hate being in the car. They hate driving, don't they? Not these kids. These kids are prepared for it, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're ready to go.
They're ready to go, yeah.
I think that's really fun. And every time that we drive anywhere, whether it's from here out to your parents, going to do shopping, they have to have a map.
Yeah.
They have to have Google Maps open with the destination so they can see how far they're going, so we can see
Yeah.
and that's from doing this big travel, isn't it? Doing these big travels, is that they've always got their own map so that they can see, exactly where we're going and stuff.
Yeah.
6 minutes down the road, we're going food shopping.
Yeah.
You don't need a map.
It's funny as well because they don't really, like, obviously they're so young, so they don't got, like, the time. The
Perception of time.
No.
Yeah.
So when we say, like, we're only driving 10 minutes, Charlie's like, 1 hour and 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Like, no, just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 hours? Like, no, it's actually just 10 minutes on that map because it used to be so many hours on those maps when we would traveling.
Yeah.
Like the last big stretch we did, we drove 5.5 hours in one day because the kids were desperate to get to see my mom and dad.
Yeah.
So they have obviously used to be counting down from like
5 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours.
So when we put a map on and it's 10 minutes, they're like, wait, what?
Yeah, this makes no sense.
No,
Can't be
it's
that
10,
short.
10, it must be 10 hours then.
Bless him.
Yeah.
All right, so we did that. Do you remember that segment that we've got called Give Us a Lift?
Barely.
It's called Give Us a Lift. Remember it for next time, please. That's your homework. We did that one a bit earlier in the episode this time because I'd planned to do a surprise one.
Yeah, a surprise for me.
A brand new surprise segment.
Yeah, you won't even tell me.
But we're time's pushing on now, so I think we're going to leave it for next week. So Make sure you tune in next week for a banger, because it'll be a good one.
It's not just going to be Drive Me a Car, or what is it called?
Do you know what? You winding me up, you are. You're doing it on purpose. Drive me a car. I can understand, like, pick me up or whatever, because that's close, but go on. Oh, here's our brand new segment called Drive Me a Car. It's about motivation and being uplifted. You are funny, you are. There's only one of you.
I know, and it's sad.
Yeah, I think it's a bloody good thing, to be honest. All right, let's wrap this bad boy up for this week. We just want to say, actually, before we do, massive thanks to anybody who's ordered stuff from the shop.
Yeah, we had loads of orders last week.
We've had quite a few orders in, haven't we? Yeah. And you've been crocheting your little hands off every day, haven't you? So,
yeah, we've had 9 orders in the last week.
That's really good. That's really, really good for us. I love that.
Yeah.
So, massive thanks if you're one of the people that's ordered. If you're interested in going and checking out like the little cuddlies that you make, head on over to malinandtom.com/shop. There's a load of fun stuff on there, and there's more fun stuff coming all the time.
So sign up for the newsletter, because then you will get a little email with stuff that's coming up and what we're up to and whatever, and it's going to come out like once a month or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because there is a few different kinds of bags and purses that's coming up, and I know there's a few people waiting for them because we get emails all the time, and I just don't crochet fast enough.
You're not crocheting fast enough. Work harder. And then we've also got other fun merch coming soon.
Oh yeah,
that we've just finished designing.
Really excited for them.
We've finished designing a new logo piece, pretty much, haven't we? That's going to be on everything.
Because we've had this this brand, the Wanderers Club, that you designed for us years ago.
Yeah.
I'm on my second hoodie now, and it's starting to look very battered. So I'm ready for a new one. So I'm going to try the new one.
Yeah.
You're going to order me that, and we'll try the new logo out. And after that, it's going to come up on the shop.
Yeah, it's going to come out soon, definitely. And it's going to be definitely hoodies, hats for sure, and maybe some branded bags and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but accessories and bits and bobs.
I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, I am as well. I really love the design.
Yeah, I do.
We'll be dropping that soon when we've given them a little test run, sampled them and stuff. So, yeah, with that said, definitely go to malinandtom.com and sign up for the newsletter so you hear about all that fun stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a lot of people that aren't subscribed to us that still watch all the way through to the end. So click the subscribe button now. You talking to you. Press it, and the follow button wherever you are on Spotify or whatever. Leave us a little review as well,
please.
All that good stuff. Massive thanks for listening once again, and we'll see you next week. Bye.